you can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Would you turn down $1 million? I guess if you're Michael Jordan, you could. Boy, to be that rich, to be able to say, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, we're not talking $100 or even $1,000. We're talking $1 million.
Now, back when he was playing, and Michael Jordan, a basketball superstar for the Chicago Bulls, I hope that Vicky and Danny know who he is, right?
Yes.
All right. I don't know.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
Space Jam. Yeah, Space Jam.
I mean, gosh, he was one of the best players for the Chicago White Sox ever.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I actually did have a Chicago Bulls jacket, those big puffy 90s jackets.
Was that a starter jacket?
Yeah, I had one of those growing up.
Wow.
I actually really liked Michael Jordan.
Oh, wow.
I didn't watch basketball, but I liked him.
That's like everyone in New Mexico was 23 Bulls jersey everywhere. And it was, the biggest star ever.
Oh, good for him, man. You know, seriously, that he's going to live on. And I mean, it'll be interesting to see, like, you know, maybe if Generation Z really knows who the hell he is.
I think his lore will last for a while.
I hope you're right, because, I mean, he was arguably the greatest that ever played that sport.
I'm willing to bet on it.
You willing to bet that he'll last?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was just
how long we got to wait? A couple of years, 10 years, 20 years to make the...
I'm just doing a gambling joke. He's a gambling guy.
Oh! Subtle. Wow, that was so subtle. When did you get so subtle?
I'm a subtle man.
I mean, he can gamble. He's worth $1.9 billion.
Yep. So you can see why he would say to Van Camp, the pork and beans people, no, I am not going to take $1 million to promote your beanie weenies. And he said the reason was simple. He turned down that $1 million because he said, beanie weenies? How can I stand in front of a camera and say I'll eat beanie weenies?
Easy. I'll eat the F out of beanie weenies.
But first of all, I think they're really good. I've had them. They're good. I like beanie weenies.
I mean, it's a funny name, but it's not like he's having to say anything that's derogatory or awful or anything. It's beanie weenies.
But he probably thought it wasn't cool at the time.
Yeah.
You know, and they were going to pay him $1 million.
They're plump beans stewed in hearty tomato sauce with thin slices of chicken franks.
That was always like we didn't have anything else to eat meal. My mom would make beanie weenies, yeah.
Oh, really? All the time?
Yeah.
And you're sick of it. You don't like pork and beans, right? Anymore?
Yeah, but you would say it for $1 million.
Oh, yeah, I would. I would eat them all day long.
Wow. Geez, that's $1.9 billion he's worth. I mean, it's just, of course, granted on the Bill Gates scale, that's nothing, but still, that's a lot of money.
I'd like to see Marshawn Lynch do a commercial for Beanie Weenies. I bet he would have.
I feel like if they offered him $1 million, sure he would have.
Maybe nowadays, I think... Maybe then it was more about being cool, but I think nowadays, like, being goofy is cool.
Yeah.
So being, like, doing a commercial like this, as ridiculous as it is, nobody's going to judge him for that.
Not at all, because, I mean, he's the Skittles guy, and it's not something I thought we'd ever think. I never thought I'd see Marshawn Lynch just...
Pretty much just take a handful of them, like,
Yeah, I mean, it's very kid-like, so I think Beanie Weenies...
Chew them up, something like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember the old commercial for Beanie Weenies?
No.
Oh, my God. Yeah, okay, I found this because it's amazing.
I love those itsy bitsy teeny weeny 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 weeny.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Didn't. Yeah, that got really weird.
I thought it was going to be the remix.
No. Unfortunately, it got dirty really quick.
Oh, what?
Thanks, YouTube. Yeah.
What? Was it like a Rick roll, but rhymes with Rick?
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Yeah. And then it was Sexy Lady talking, so we're just not going to get into that one. And then it goes back to Beanie Weenies.
Boy, you got caught. Good job, buddy.
I didn't know that was a thing on YouTube, that people are trolling people with that.
Yeah,
Makes sense if you're looking up pork and beans, that it would be some kind of naughty thing going on.
I don't remember that commercial, though.
I do.
The itsy bitsy beanie weenie. I don't remember that.
And a lot of people are bringing up Michael Jordan being well known amongst the new generation, the younger people, because he's a meme, the cry face emoji.
Oh,
The cry face emoji. Every once in a while, I think I'm done seeing that. A new one will pop up, and it's so clever and creative. I'm like, okay, I'm still on board with this.
Isn't that something that, would he have ever thought that he'd be famous because of the cry face emoji?
Oh, I bet. No, of course not.
It's like, you think that's what's keeping me going?
Maybe it's karma. You're like, oh, you were afraid to be embarrassed by saying Beanie Weenie?
Yeah.
Now you're forever known for being the guy that cries.
Yeah. Well, it's $1.9 million crying all the way. Billion. Yeah, billion crying all the way to the bank.
It's all the shoes.
Another person says, how do you not know who Jordan is? He's the largest shoe franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you would know him for the shoes too. It's a good point. I just wonder if anybody remembers that he was a basketball player. Like that if they have that in their brain at all, like they have any memory of him playing basketball.
No, they're basketball shoes. I mean, that's what I was.
Did you ever see him play?
And his logo is him with the legs open with the hole in the basketball.
That is true.
So I mean, there's always going to be that relate to basketball.
Did you guys ever see him play, Danny and Vicky? Did you ever watch any live play of Michael Jordan?
No, I've only seen Space Jam.
And yeah,
just that
you
played in
He
that.
played, yeah. So but I didn't see any live play.
What about the Hanes commercials? Come on.
Well, yeah, it's not live play basketball.
Well, I'm just saying that people could remember him from Underpants.
But part of me would be like, who is that guy? I know he's a guy, but who the hell is he? Just like when I wonder how many people only knew that O.J. Simpson was the guy that ran through airports, didn't know he was actually a football player.
Or a murderer.
Well, they knew him. That is also another brand. I think Michael Jordan's happy to have the cry face emoji as opposed to O.J. having what he had.
Isotoner gloves.
Yeah.
I didn't know that OJ was a football player when it happened. I just thought I didn't know why he was famous.
Isn't that funny?
I knew him from the Naked Gun movie.
Yeah,
I love those
He's great in those.
Yeah, you probably didn't know. Did you know that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the pilot, was also a fancy basketball player?
That was Lou
Alcindor. Excuse me. Wasn't it? Who was it? Who was the pilot with Peter Grace? It wasn't Kareem Abdul?
But wasn't that Airplane that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the
that was Airplane.
You're right. It was Airplane.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
God, they're very similar movies, but
They are.
Somebody said they just released a set of Funko Pops of Michael Jordan. I did see those. They look pretty awesome.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now he's got Funkos. He's going to live on in those.
He's next level.
Yeah. Now he's got Pops.
Somebody says, would you eat a can of Beanie Weenies for $1 million? But that's what you have to eat at least once a day for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
Once
sure.
Once a day?
Oh, rest of my life.
Yeah.
Oh, not for $1 million. Not for the rest
It's
of my
just
life.
lunch at that point.
See, Rev's not allowed to do it because we owe the gas for the rest of his life.
Yeah, for the rest of my life,
I would
you
do
got to
it
pay.
in a heartbeat.
You got to give me more than $1 million because you can't.
Why?
Because on $1 million, you really. I mean, it's not. You can't retire on $1 million because if you're going to live to 80 years old, you really can't.
But if you put it away, the interest alone will help just bump up your regular salary.
You know how old I am?
Yeah, you don't have much left.
Yeah, that's the problem. I agree. If you're a young person, do it. If you're an old person, I need a little bit more than $1 million.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
But you're talking about the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like if you said for 10
the rest
years.
of your life isn't that long.
That's the problem. You
You get $1 million.
Yeah. Wow, for the rest of my life, would I eat Beanie Weenies for $1 million? Dude, think about it. What if you blow through that $1 million and then and it's gone?
Well, that's on you.
Yeah, I know. But then there you are.
Luckily, you get to blow through that Beanie Weenie every day.
They're small cans.
Yeah.
Ish.
Well, for me, they're tasty, but I think, boy, anything that you have every day, eventually you kind of don't want anymore.
You could just mix it with stuff, too.
I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day.
Do you every day?
And I never get sick of it. In fact, every day I look forward to having
What's your stretch? How long have you been doing this?
I don't remember the last time I didn't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the morning.
Wow.
I mean, weekends I don't, because I'll just make but that's fixed every morning.
And you like it? Yeah.
Don't want anything else.
All right. Then maybe I could do the Beanie Weenies.
Every day I have it.
Every day. The thing is, Beanie Weenie,
my wife used to try and work in some oatmeals, and I had to shut that down.
Oh, you shut it down?
Yo, oatmeal is good. But you can't give me peanut butter and jelly and then downgrade to oatmeal.
Do you at least mix up the jelly and the peanut butter a little bit?
No, I get
it's
that
the
grape
same
jelly.
flavor? All right.
Maybe chunky sometimes, maybe creamy.
Ooh.
But it's always the same. And I've never been sick of it.
I could do that. See, a Fluffernutter, I would do that with a Fluffernutter. Peanut butter and fluff every day. I'd eat that for the rest of my life. People give me $1 million. I'll do that in a heartbeat. Pork and beans I like. I don't know if I want it every day.
But if I know I got $1 million out of it, I'd have no problem.
Yeah.
And obviously, Danny would know he'd have pizza every day if he could.
Every single day.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be a food that you're not that crazy about. Like, you don't hate it, but you're not that crazy about.
See, mine would be baked beans. It would be really hard for me to eat baked beans.
Isn't that what Beanie Weenies is?
Well, but just without the hot dog in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be able to do, or it'd be really hard for me to do. I would try for $1 million, but it would be really hard for me.
All right.
What about Vicky?
I don't know. I feel like it'd have to be something with like horseradish or something. Like I can get past it, but I hate it. So like a slider with horseradish.
Oh, yeah? Every day for the rest of your life?
Yeah, like if it has to be something I don't really like.
But actually, Beanie Weenies, I think a lot of us like it.
I would totally eat Beanie Weenies every day.
But I want the Fluffernutter Company. Give me a call. I'll do it for $1 million.
How about this person says we have chickens that lay eggs every day. My fiance has a scrambled egg sandwich that he takes to work 5 days a week. He never gets tired of them.
Fantastic.
I used to eat eggs every day, and then I couldn't do it for years.
Scrambled egg sandwich sounds delicious.
So it says, Steve, you got to try peanut butter and jelly on French toast. That's not awesome.
Oh, geez.
Next, Steve, you got to try almond butter from Costco. No, I don't. Almond butter sucks.
Almond butter is not the best.
Look, I understand that almond butter is a nice alternative, but what kind of jackalope thinks that almond butter tastes better than Jif?
Some people like it. But yeah, dude, almond butter, I've tried it. It's especially when you think you're having peanut butter.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's like, this is it's not awful, but it's a massive letdown.
Even the natural peanut butter is a natural letdown. Like, you can get the natural stuff that doesn't have all the Jifness.
You just love the sugar.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I'm just saying that's exactly why you love it so much.
I do the low salt. I do the no salt, no sugar peanut butter now because that's what I got to do.
Ugh, boring.
I know.
Better than almond butter.
Yeah, it's a close. I got news for you, Steve. It's close. Seriously,
I'm what makes peanut butter and jelly every day, no problem.
Oh man, are you doing Jif or Skippy? Do you know?
No, it's some other brand. It's not like Adams, but it's kind of along those lines, like a healthier type.
Oh, you got to stir it?
Oh boy,
sometimes.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Depends on which one she gets.
Still tastes good.
Oh hell yeah,
yeah. See, I don't know if I could do that every day. The healthy peanut butter. I don't know.
It's not like healthy. It's like it's not like the crap that you're eating.
That's what I want. I want to have that old stuff that we all had as kids. That's the kind of peanut butter I want.
Yeah, I'll find out what the brand is. It's good.
Yeah,
but it's quote unquote. It's healthier than Jif.
Yeah, it's probably got a good amount of salt in it though.
It's got something.
Would that be peanuts?
Or maybe.
So it says, I love when people say you can't live off of $1 million. That would be 18 years of my salary. Yeah, $1 million is still a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, for the rest of my life, and if I didn't blow through it, if I could just throw it in the bank. But think about it though. Think then, what benefit are you getting? I mean, you got to keep it in the bank to let it really be part of your retirement. So what would be
the interest a year on $1 million?
If you get 5%, I think it's $50,000 a year.
So an extra $50,000 a year for the rest of your life. You're not going to have a problem with that? Add it onto your salary? That's freaking amazing.
It is amazing. I just.
So you still work, but now you don't have to have that stress of crap. Like you can take a lower paying job if God forbid something happens with your gig and it's not a major.
See, I want to keep working. I want to quit.
No, I get that.
That's my thing. So that's why it's like, you're going to make me eat something for a whole year. I want to not have to work again.
The beauty of it is now you suddenly have a meal planned every single day. You know you're going to have Beanie Weenie every day.
And you can get creative with it. Maybe one day it's breakfast. Maybe one day it's lunch.
Oh, hey, look at you. Mr. Creativity.
Yeah, covered in cheese.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I watched enough Top Chef to know that they can take some, and Chopped as well. They can take some really crappy ingredients and make something cool out of it.
See, it'll work out for you.
But then I've blown my million hiring one of those Top Chef chefs.
You don't have to hire them. You watch the show and then just do that.
Padme, come over and take care of my Beanie Weenies, please.
Wow. So he says, stop talking about food. Now I want peanut butter and jelly and a cup of Beanie Weenies mixed together.
Oh, there you go. That's someone's pregnant.
Hey, look, we're influencers.
Yeah. We are influencers. Where's our money?
We need to get on Instagram.
Okay, got to tell you about this woman. She gave birth to twins from different dads. How did this happen? And why is her name not Vicky? I'll tell you at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
101.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a woman in China who recently gave birth to twin boys. And her husband thought one of them looked a lot like him, but the other one looked really different.
How different? I mean, for you to notice that right away.
Yeah. So,
like a different ethnicity, maybe?
Well, that's a good question. I'm looking at the story here. It doesn't say whether or not there was any difference in ethnicity that he mentioned, but he just said that the kid so much didn't look like him that he got a DNA test. And it found out, he's like, okay, the one that looks like me, I am the father of, but not the other. And when he confronted his wife about this, she said, yeah, I had an affair. Wow.
I didn't know that actually could happen.
Yeah, it's possible. It's a rare medical phenomenon called heteropaternal superfecundation. Okay, superfecundation, I guess. I don't know. I got to be careful how I say that.
Yeah, don't say that a couple times fast.
Yeah.
We might need Robin to handle the board for Ted versus the FCC with BJ.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, anyway, it's possible where a woman releases two eggs at the same time, and sperm from one man fertilizes one, while sperm from a different man fertilizes the other.
So she had to have. So she banged two dudes the same day.
Had to be, right?
Well,
or
guys,
a couple days, because when you're ovulating, it could.
That and guy stuff can survive for up to 7 days.
Got you.
Oh, hang out?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that one dude's stuff just hung out. It's like,
hey, come on over.
Yeah,
we should work together.
Oh,
you seem cool.
I missed that egg, but don't worry, I'm going to hang around. Maybe there's another one going to show up soon.
What's your story? Oh, you're not the same dude? Oh, we should make things awkward.
Wow.
Let's create some kids.
Scientists say the odds of it happening are extremely low. One study found it happens in less than 3% of paternity suits involving twins. And since there aren't that many paternity suits involving twins, 3% of that small number is a very, very small number.
Wow.
Damn. Wow. Of course, that guy isn't happy about this, the father. Who's also the husband of the wife.
We're talking about high of highs, low of lows, all in the same day.
Yeah.
Or around the same time. Having kids, they're twins.
He says he only wants to raise his child, not the other one.
Well, maybe they could all get together and create like a new sitcom.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd be happy to do that.
No, I would not be happy to do that.
Wow, dude. And if you're the woman, it's like, wow, talk about a way to get busted for your affair. You get this medical impossibility, pretty much.
And the awkwardness of those two growing up, because they're going to have to deal with that weirdness of one dad's only really cool with one of the kids.
Yeah.
And the other dad's cool with the other one. So it's going to be this weird game that's going to be playing.
Yeah, you are twins, but you different pops.
Dude, I had an ex, a family member. She didn't know who the dad was until it came out of the place where babies come out of.
Oh,
and
wow.
Both of the potential dads were at the hospital.
Oh, man.
It was like the weirdest reality show I've ever been a part of. It was so freaking awkward. And it was very obvious, because like one was going to be one ethnicity or another ethnicity. That's how they were going to find out.
Oh, man. And was it obvious?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be funny? Because there's those weird cases where, your parents are of a certain ethnicity and you come out looking like a completely different ethnicity. Like, I don't know if you've ever, could you imagine, the wrong dad ended up raising him anyways?
I'm sure that's happened.
That's nuts, dude. I mean, back when I was born, nobody ever questioned that. Nobody, or at least it wasn't said. It wasn't talked about when you said, wow, you know what? That kid does not look a lot like you at all. Matter of fact, that kid, but people used to hide babies that were, basically their kids' babies. They would take claim for them, or there would be the uncle's kid. Mm-hmm. But, there's all sorts of affairs and stuff happen, but nobody talked about it. People would go away to school and come back, and, you didn't know they were going away because they were pregnant. So, she's off at boarding school. Stuff like that.
Man.
People now, it's just so open, people talking about this stuff, that now we know these things can happen. Damn. That's so weird, that story where the two fathers are hanging out to see which one is the father. Oy.
Yeah, dude, it was so strange. And it was like the one that seemed more caring was the one that it wasn't his.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
It was like the one, someone, I don't know if you're rooting for it, because I really had no, it wasn't like anything that mattered to me. But I remember thinking, man, I like that dude. I hope it's his kid. And then it wasn't. And I'm like, you know what, though? He probably dodged a bullet.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, it's probably a heartbreaker for him. But at the end, like, why would you want to hang out in a hospital and be there with the other dude?
Yeah.
And just that, well, we're going to find out who gets to keep her.
Yeah, just
send
a picture and we'll be able to figure it out that way.
Yeah.
Wow. And the Chinese twins, like, okay, the one kid, of course, who's, all right, my dad wants me. And then the other one is like, oh, I'm not going to get to live in this family. Because, like, how's mom going to split that up? What about the other father? Like, one father gets to live with it, then if you live with the...
Or maybe neither of those guys are going to want to be with her. We don't know if that other guy wants to be with her. He might have just been hooking up with her.
That's what I'm thinking.
So now she's got these two kids, and she's going to have two... Yeah.
And, if you can't live in the same house... One of the twins can't live in the same house because the father's going to hate him. A reminder of the wife being a cheating hoe.
I mean, I don't know if that... I would imagine this relationship might be over.
I think you're right.
But so she's going to probably raise these kids just as her kids.
Well, it's a whole honor thing, too. I have no idea. Like, Chinese society is different than ours, so we don't know just how bad it's going to be for her anyway.
I have no idea.
Damn. Wow.
What was that sound?
Rev, are you farting again?
I thought that was Rev.
No, it wasn't me. I think someone's messing around with the trash can thingies and they decided, I mean, you can hear everything through these walls, so.
It feels like it's coming underneath our feet.
Jeez, that is bizarre. That was from outside our studios.
Yeah. It wasn't me, and it wasn't you guys.
And our doors are closed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The soundproofing here is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah. You mean no soundproofing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me tell you about this 50-year-old. His name is John. He was staying at a Days Inn motel in Florida last weekend, and he started talking to 4 other guests who were all staying together in one room. Okay, I guess he was being friendly. And we don't know if these were all women. The reason I bring up their gender is because John ended up offering them $500 to get it on with him.
Okay.
There's 4 people in a room, and John's like, hey, guys, you all seem to be buddy-buddy. How about $500 and you guys start getting on a little John train? What do you say?
The John train.
Then he said, look, I'll settle just for one of you. I'm hoping for more, but you know what? If, only one of you shows up, that's fine. So he gave them the money first.
Well, he clearly doesn't understand how this works.
Yeah, you don't give him the money first.
Or you just give some of the money. If you want the rest of it, you need to show up.
So they took the money.
Of course they did.
And none of them showed. And so he did what you have to do in a situation like this. You call 911. They'll help you out. So the cops were like, sir, let me get this straight. They did. They were like, we needed to clarify. What you're saying is you gave them $500 to have sex with them. Yes, sir. And they haven't showed up to have sex with you after you offered to pay them $500 to have sex. Yes, sir. That's called soliciting. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to get arrested, aren't I? Yes, you are, sir.
Dude, I'm looking at his mugshot, and it's like, if there was ever a more perfect mugshot, I don't know what it is, because he just looks so sad.
He does.
He just looks so defeated. This guy thought he was going to have an orgy, and he got nothing.
He looks like Droopy the dog. He's got some eyes.
He looks like such a broken man.
Well, wouldn't you?
God, but that's your life. You go to a Days Inn, you got $500.
And what kind of quality people are you going to get hanging out at that thing? I mean, not for nothing.
Yeah, $500 worth right there, buddy.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to that place in Spokane, that hotel. You don't take your clothes off when you go to bed.
Oh, you think, huh?
One of our hockey tournaments, we stayed there.
Oh, okay.
We saw somebody get their car stolen right in front of the place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like the kind of place you want to go solicit.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of looks like BJ with like bigger bags under his eyes.
BJ without sleeping?
Yeah.
That's rude.
Wow. That's your takeaway, Danny?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm looking at right now. That's what I see.
That's your takeaway. Okay.
But it brings up an interesting
I'm so happy we hired this delightful boy.
Ted and I had this conversation on the Megacast yesterday. We were talking about that Cardi B situation that's going on.
What's going on with Cardi B?
Oh, my gosh. It's a whole...
Dear.
Long story short, she decided that she needed to brag on Instagram about how she used to be real street before she became a rapper.
Oh, okay.
And back when she was a stripper, she would tell guys that thought they were going to go back to some place, maybe a hotel room, to have sex with her. She'd bring them back, she would drug them, and then she would steal their money and leave. And she bragged about it on Instagram.
She's Cardi
out. Probably not the wisest thing, but we're like, it's one of those situations where you're just kind of screwed. Like, you come through and you're like, oh, my money's gone, but what are you going to call the cops? You can't call the cops. Be like, yo, I was supposed to have sex with this stripper that I was going to pay to have sex with, and we didn't have sex, but she took my money.
Yeah, you're screwed. You're done.
Right.
There's nothing you can do.
It's just...
Though, would you go to jail to send her to jail? I think I might.
Ooh.
See, I think I might. You know what?
Really?
I'll let the whole world burn.
Or do you just chalk it up for a loss?
Yeah, it depends on whether or not you're so pissed that you're willing to go to jail just to see her ass in jail. Anger's a tough thing. I don't know.
I guess it just depends on how much money you had taken from you.
And how does Cardi B? I don't know.
There's a lot of backlash about it. She's like, well, this is how I used to be.
I don't understand how she thinks. What does that do for her career? Does that help? Maybe it helps. I don't know. I mean, why would you share that? Most people would be embarrassed to share their stripper stories.
You have certain hip hop artists bragging about committing crimes back in the day, or the 50 Cents of the world saying I got shot X amount of times. And they think it's good for their career. So she probably thought the same thing. Like, this is these were the means that I went through in order to survive before I became a big pop star.
That's amazing. I wonder if it has any positive effect. You said the backlash has been a beating for her.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know if it's going to hurt her album sales, though.
It does suck to me, though, that... See, that bothers me. I'm a transactional person. And, of course, I know prostitution's illegal. I understand that. I don't think it should be illegal. Mm-hmm. I think human trafficking should be completely illegal, and those people should be put to death that are involved in it. But prostitution itself, if two people want to make a financial transaction, what do I care?
Right.
And... to rob somebody who just wants to make a financial transaction and you agree to do it and he doesn't mean you any harm and you drug him, which, by the way, is against the law, too, I just feel like, oh, Cardi B, you're kind of a douche. I actually don't like you at all.
Well, yeah, but I mean, dude, I don't disagree, but it's just like everyone's doing illegal stuff in this situation. So do you call the cops?
See, the one thing that's illegal to me, I think, is morally illegal, and it shouldn't be. I agree with you, it's illegal.
It's still illegal.
This is why I'm hating on her.
Yeah.
I agree with you. You can't call the cops because you're going to get F'd unless you want to see her burn. But like for her, now what I used to actually be ambivalent towards Cardi B. Mm-hmm. Now you tell me this story, I kind of hate the chick. It's like, this is who you were. That means you're probably that kind of person, where I don't like you anymore because you're kind of a douche.
I wasn't really listening to her music based on her character.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't like her.
A kind of ratchet rapper.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even mind somebody who's ratchet. You know what I mean? But you drugged men. And it looked like you were involved in a consensual situation. Yes, it's against the law, but I still believe it shouldn't be. And you drugged men and took advantage of them? No. I kind of think that's a sucky thing, and I don't like it.
What happens if this happened to you, and then all of a sudden you're watching, I don't know, what network even plays music videos
these days? You mean
MTV Live or something, I don't know, or YouTube, and you're like, why does this girl look familiar?
Yeah, dude.
And then you're like, that's the stripper I paid to have sex with that drugged me and took all of my money.
Gosh, I'd be calling her in a heartbeat. I'd be calling her people.
Do you have her number?
Do you think, here's what I want to know.
Tweet her? Hey!
Dude, I think I know why she did this.
Why?
Blackmail. I think somebody might be blackmailing her.
You think?
You came up with the perfect thing. Somebody realized that was the chick that screwed him out of cash. He was probably going to go public. Hey, Cardi B, I'm going to go to the Inquirer. You stole money from me and drugged me, you B. And she probably thought I'm going to get ahead of this.
No, she posted the video 3 years ago, and it just resurfaced.
Oh, 3 years ago.
No, she also does the Pepsi commercials.
Oh,
I'm just picturing the guy watching Pepsi. Like, hey, I want a Pepsi. Oh, wait, I know this bitch.
He's probably a Coke guy now.
Okay, can I ask a question? That's a good line, actually.
Well, he probably was a Coke guy back then, too.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm in love with the Coco.
I would be so pissed if all of a sudden the person who I think is probably the biggest piece of crap in the world, and I would hope nothing good would happen for them, and the exact opposite has happened. I'm watching TV. There she is in a Pepsi commercial. There she is. She's a big star, and she robbed and drugged me. I'd be like, are you kidding me?
Or do you share that as like bragging rights? Dude, you won't believe it. Cardi B robbed and drugged me once.
It is a great story.
Yeah. Somebody's saying, isn't this the same as like Bill Cosby? I don't think it is, because there's a difference between somebody stealing money from you and someone raping you. I don't understand why people are going down that road.
Yeah, the similarity is
apples and oranges.
The similarity is that drugging somebody against their will. Yeah, that's the similarity.
Drugging people is awful.
Yeah, but the idea was then he went and turned around and he did something she didn't do. She just robbed them as opposed to rape them, and robbery is not as bad as rape.
I'm sorry, but the psychological effects of doing something to someone sexually is a lot different than taking their money. Yeah. You can try and argue that. I will not. I can't see eye to eye on that.
What I don't understand is how is it that James Gunn gets fired. Granted, he got rehired. He gets fired from stupid stuff he did years ago, which is nowhere near what Cardi B's admitting she's done. Do you think that, with Pepsi, there'll be any backlash? I mean, with the regular stuff, with what she does musically, yeah, I think it's a cred thing. Who cares? But Pepsi, I mean, are they gonna make a move? Because Disney made a move, and I
wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think that what James Gunn did on the internet years ago is any worse than what she's admitting? I don't think so.
I don't even remember what James Gunn did.
Exactly. She's admitting she drugged people and was a prostitute. I mean, that's massive.
Well, no, she never had sex with them.
All right, yeah, that's a good point. She drugged people and stole money from them.
She was a faux.
Yeah, she was a faux hoe.
A faux hoe.
I think that's a lot worse than what James Gunn did. And he got fired. Now, he got rehired, but...
I got to Google what the hell James Gunn did. I can't.
He said stupid stuff on the
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was being edgy because he worked for lower edgy stuff in the past.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think he was stupid, but he wasn't drugging anyone and stealing their money.
When was her last Pepsi commercial? Or will Pepsi just
I think she was just in the Super Bowl one. So it might have just been like a one and done thing.
It could be very much one and done now.
Yeah.
We got breaking news.
Oh, we got some breaking news. What do we got, buddy?
The T-Mobile Park sign is on.
Woo! Yeah!
The lights work.
The B is up. Is the B up?
No one's saying it's not.
All right.
You got to drive by the entire park, though, because it's on multiple sides. The side we see was the one, which was it, the I-5 side?
Yeah, the I-5 side was down, but everyone was saying that the other side was fine yesterday.
Okay, well, that's the thing. The I-5 T-Mobile sign, how's it looking, people? Because today's a big day, 4 o'clock, first day of T-Mobile Park season for the Mariners.
And get there early because, Mike McCready's going to be doing the national anthem, and before that, Macklemore is going to be performing, and also you want to enjoy all the fine food. Your daughter's going.
Yeah, I know. She got tickets and didn't think of her father. That's really nice.
Well,
I've taken her to ball games for I don't know how many years, and I have to find out through another person that she's going to opening day. She's going without me.
Wow. Next thing you know.
Thanks, Sarah. No, seriously.
Well, a new name for the park. She has to get into that bathroom before you...
She's not going with J-Rubs either.
Oh.
Yeah, she's not going with him either.
What's this guy's name you're taking, huh? I'm just kidding.
That's a thing.
I'm kidding.
Opening day with the Boston Red Sox, my favorite team. She's not taking me. She's a lovely child who I've disowned. Yeah. By the way, I have an extra ticket to tomorrow night's game. All of us are going.
Yeah.
Sarah can't make it.
What happened?
I'm basically booting her ass out because she's not taking me to opening day.
Voted off the island.
Geez, Steve, are you listening to the show? What happened to Sarah? She's persona non grata. That's what happened.
I thought maybe she bagged out because I can only take one baseball game a week.
Me too. That's what I thought happened.
Yeah. So you think your little clever jokes are like all that awesome?
No, it's just you and Danny are part of the same stupid island.
Well, in all fairness, Danny and I were hanging out with Cardi B before this break. It's
true.
So I'm feeling a little woozy.
Yeah. Cardi B, honest to God. Oh man, why does anybody try to be successful in life anymore? When you hear that story of Cardi B, when you think about the Kardashians, why go to college? Why do anything at this point? You know what I mean? Seriously, I've wasted my life doing the right thing. That's all I'm saying, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have. All right, yesterday, Steve, he was able to figure this one out.
What process is utilized to make cow's milk safe for human consumption?
Homogenization.
No.
Homogenization.
No.
Son of a...
Yeah.
Pasteurization.
Yes.
Yeah, you barely got that right. I don't know if the Wheel of Fortune would have let you get it right, but you know what? You did get it right. Surprise us all. But you want a shot at beating Steve? All right, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs. We're doing that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all three of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.